Okay, we should be recording now. How you doing, guys? Welcome. In this video I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna take a look at one of my older test creations, a test game here, which you should see on your screen here if you look at my mouse cursor. Castle Demo Test Game. It's a game I made in the software, the free software for developing games without any code or anything. It's really easy to use to make games, and it's called Construct Classic. Keep that in mind, okay? That's the totally free version. We are able to make games for PC right there, on your computer. Construct Classic, not 2, not 3, just Construct Classic. That's what I've got here now. Whether that software is any different to the first Construct, or if the word classic just means it is the first one, I don't know. But I found out about this a while back, and I got hold of this Construct Classic because I found that when I tried Construct 2 and 3, both of them charge you money just to make games that you can actually run on the PC, on the computer PC, like an actual file like this, an actual game. What's the word? Application. So I think it's absolutely crazy that they do that. I mean, it's okay having charges for certain things and stuff, but anyway, Construct Classic, that's the one you need to get. Okay, it's just about. It's good enough, in my opinion, to make simple 2D games. 2D, bear in mind, games. Okay, you can make games in the style of like Zelda, or platform games like Mario, old school Mario. So 2D side-scrolling like platform games. Top down. What do you kind of call it? Angled view. Like it depends how you draw your art, how you do the art. Like, you can do old school Zelda type RPG, Zelda type games like that, And if you're creative, you can do a lot of different other kinds of games too, and use it to make other applications. And not only that, obviously, also be good for like visual novel type games, which are they're like books where you read through it, but the player has to make choices, and based on the choices he or she makes, they'll go through the story differently, and different things will happen. So for those, there's another free software called Ren'Py, which is very good for that. Ren'Py, RENPY. It does require some basic coding, but nothing too major. Anyway, without further ado, what I'm actually currently doing, I'm actually working on 2 animated projects on animated cartoons. I'm actually working on a very simple 3D one, which is very rough, but it's called a Brock Ruthless. Okay, Brock Ruthless, and it's coming up soon. And I've also got another 2D anime type cartoon, which I really want to make much better. I really want to try and get better at doing 2D animation, because I prefer it anyway. So I've got one 3D animated cartoon I'm working on right now, and also one 2D one that I'm actually starting working on. I've actually got a script for it, and I've got loads more art stuff on the way as well, digital art like drawing and painting videos. Now, while I'm waiting for certain files to save in my Blender over here, Blender scene, and all of that, I'm going to quickly turn off this webcam, if you don't mind, and I'm going to just show you this demo game. You may have missed the first time, but let's just show you that, okay? So you can still hear my voice, right? Okay, so this is a folder I've got here, and in the folder there's just 3 files, as you can see. You got the actual demo game, the game itself, and 2 music files. Ignore the names, just A and AM, but it's just 2 MP3 music files, because there's 2 music files that I put in the game. You'll notice that when I'm playing the game also, sometimes the music seems to like restart. It always restarts at every new scene, which is a problem which I need to learn how to fix, how to let the music continue without having to restart each time you go to a new scene. But when it needs to change, it needs to change too, you know, and it does. This game I'm about to show you is like a platform type. Well, it's a scrolling game, I call it. Side-scrolling / kind of Zelda type thing. Not perfect Zelda type style, but it's anything like that. But it's like, you'll see, look, okay, I've double clicked this now, the icon. I'm going to make this full screen. Castle Demo, a simple test RPG game by Richard Clark, 2019. It's the title screen, so I just click my mouse. I'm using my mouse clicking here. Okay, now you've got music there in the background. I want to also mention that because I have so many different applications running at the moment, the music may be choppy. Okay, the music sound may be like cutting and stuff. You can hear it already is now, even before I even move the character, and that's because I just have Blender in the background rendering out a 3D video, which is taking a lot of work. Plus I've got other stuff, you know, open in the background, including this sound screen recording, the web browser, and a lot of stuff. But anyway, so you can use the mouse and click on certain things, but where necessary. And then what you're basically doing in this game, I just made it very, very simple. You're just using the mouse, using the arrow keys. That's not the numbered arrow keys, just the normal arrow keys on your keyboard to walk in either direction. You press and hold. Okay. Now the character is very simple. Yeah, it's animated. It was made by just using a few simple art frames. You know, I drew this rough character, and you can also press up and down. It's actually up, really. There's only 3 keys you need to know. That's left, right, and up, really. I didn't bother. Oh no, and down, yeah. But sometimes when you go to like certain new areas, for example, you can press up. It will make it go forward. For example, if I walk all the way to this side, okay. If I want to cross that bridge now, I'm going to press up on the keyboard when I get near to that point. Press up, and you see how the music restarted. And okay, so but if I move my arrows now, you'll see we're looking down on a downward kind of view. We're looking from the sky. And I can press up and down and just turn him around and on this bridge. Just go back for a moment. If I go back, oh no, I can't go back because I totally forgot. I don't think, yeah, I can't go back the way we came because I didn't make it that way. But as I walk along, when you get to about this point, okay, now see, and now there's like a figure up ahead. The figure which is like closer to us is supposed to be our character. So it's like a Zelda kind of thing, you see. I'll just say it right here, okay. These scenes you're looking at, okay, the visuals were made in SketchUp, which you may basically be able to make out if you're used to using SketchUp, a 3D software. I have SketchUp Pro, it's 2015 version, okay. But there's like newer versions and they're charging people, I don't know, they're making it awkward now even for the free versions. But anyway, you could have done it in SketchUp. You could have done it in you know, Blender even. But this was absolutely before I started even learning about the new Blender and got hold of the new Blender. So I did this in SketchUp. The whole thing was basically done in SketchUp as far as I remember. Also, you know, you could have like these are screenshots, so every scene is just a picture. It's a, you know, I moved the 3D camera into position and then took a screenshot, okay, an image, and then, you know, you could take these images into like art software and, you know, do more digital art on top of them and stuff. But I didn't. Well, I did actually. Like, I drew the characters, as you can see. I may have added a little slight bit of a blur or something. I've forgotten now. I don't think I did though. And then the text, I just added it. You can edit it in art software, but I added the text using Construct classic game making software. The music I made myself, all the music which I usually do anyway, in FL Studio, as I usually do all my music. The trees and stuff like that in the background, they was also an add-on for SketchUp, free add-on. You should be able to find it. I forgot the exact name of it right now, but if you're wondering, pretty good. So now, okay, so we've got this here. If I think I just click the mouse, so the guy is saying hold it right here. You can also add sounds and voices. I clicked and nothing happened, so let's just press up on the keyboard again. Okay, now he says, do you want to learn sword fighting? So you can see the guy in the hat facing me there. I can just move my mouse and click either yes or no. I'll click yes, and then he says, then you must run around the castle 2 times first. And I click again, and it says, you've reached the end of the demo, thanks for playing. And I just click again, and it takes me back in a loop to the start of the game. So Castle Demo, a simple test RPG game by Richard Clark, 2019. Again, these are just sort of simple arty scenes I did myself here. So I just click again. I'm just going to walk along. I'm going to go along, I'm going to go up there. So you can see we've got different camera angles. In the first scene we had that side scrolling kind of like view, and this is more like a top down kind of angled, kind of like what you might see in a Zelda, right? And sometimes in like Zelda, in Ocarina of Time and stuff like that, you had different scenes where there were slightly different camera angles, you know. And then we've got this here, see? Almost like first person, right? But it's like, you know, you're seeing the character there. Scenes like you'd kind of imagine that if you played the original N64 version of Zelda Ocarina of Time, we had like different scenes. Like if you remember, like when Link goes into the going towards the castle and he goes into the marketplace, you know, and there's like the different camera angles and stuff. So I'm inspired by different things, you know, but I wanted to try different things out basically. I've done different videos on my channel about making art and games and stuff that you'll see, and there's one where I'm actually looking at different methods of making games in a kind of Zelda type way, and you'll see some demonstrations of how I've done a lot of different scenes there and what you can actually do with the software. I'm very, very inspired by the Shenmue game series, don't forget to. I absolutely love that. It's one of my favourite game series, Shenmue. So let's just move on. Okay, this time I'm going to choose no, okay, for the answer here. And he says, then don't waste my time, leave this place. And I click and he goes away. But it's just a little example of how you could make a simple game, you know. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you again very soon.